We could connect and we could actually do stuff online, including go into chat rooms. So we used to, as stupid, pubescent males do, we jumped on into the chat rooms and we were like, oh, this is great. So it was me, Rue, and our other best friend from high school, and we're just sitting there like, oh, look, we're in a chat room. Well, the funny part of this, and the reason the story is awesome, is because what we ended up doing, what ended up changing our lives was, we're on AOL, we're in these chat rooms, and then we met someone, and we thought, this is great. They want to talk to us separately in a private kind of setting, in a private chat. Before you guys get any ideas, this is totally innocent. But my point is, what happened was, we didn't understand the concept of instant messaging at the time, and neither did the person we were talking to. Apparently, we were all new to AOL. And this was something that was free to everyone. All you had to do was use it if you wanted it. Well, what AOL did at that time was, you guys remember the "You've Got Mail" sound. We actually found this person and we sent them an email that was probably like 5 or 6 words or 1 sentence or 2 sentences sent. And then we would literally sit there, waiting. You've got mail. And then we go, okay, here it is, here it is. And we'd open it up, another 1 sentence, 2 sentences. Oh, I'm doing fine. How are you? Blah, 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 blah. Okay, got it, all right, reply, here's an email, and then we'd sit there. You've got mail, okay, there we go. And so we literally did this for a long, long time, filling up my email box at the time, and I don't even remember what my username was, or I would tell you all. But in any case, it was really, really, really awesome, and that was a great, great experience, and one that completely changed my life. The fact that I could meet other people in other places online and talk to them was really, really cool. I never had any problems necessarily dealing with people in my hometown. I certainly connected with them well. I was never like an outcast or anything. But being able to connect online with even more people, for me, was really, really exciting. And I did. So that was number 2 for me. And the last one I'll share with you, actually there are probably many, many more, but I'll tell you one that really changed. This one I think fits the bill better than almost any of the other ones. I got my first smartphone. I believe it was in 2010. It was an Android smartphone. It was 1.5 Android. And I connected, and one of the first things I did, maybe 3 days later, maybe 2 days later, was I hopped on a plane and flew to Boston for the very first PAX East. So there I am with my smartphone. I had upgraded from a flip phone. Rue didn't even have one at that point. And there are funny stories I could tell you about that, like us trying to use the GPS when there was no GPS on Android 1.5, even though the phones were equipped with a GPS. They had to be upgraded, yes, to even use turn-by-turn navigation, which was crazy. In any case, so I remember going to PAX East the first day, and they had an Android, they didn't even have apps. What they had was a web-based client that was only hosted locally, where you could connect with your smartphone. It would know who you were by virtue of your smartphone connecting. And you would put in, you would actually start to make your entire schedule. And all of a sudden, right on your smartphone, your entire schedule was there. It would know where you were, it would know all those kinds of things. You could interact with the stuff around you. And there I was with my smartphone, at PAX East with my entire schedule there in front of me. And it changed. I said, this is massive, this is unbelievable. This is what it's supposed to be like. You have one little thing that you do, and on this little tiny platform that basically helps you do so many more things that you would, why did I even need a guide at that point? I had it all on my smartphone right there to be able to push the button, do whatever I wanted to do. Now you go into these things, they do all kinds of things. They connect you with other, with other people. You can buy events. You can scan your barcode right from your smartphone. You can use great services like Uber, which is something I'm finding here now, which is the service where you can actually get a car to come straight to you. You don't have to hail cabs anymore. You have a nice, limo driver or, cab or car person. Just drive right up, off duty. Come up, pick you up, bring you wherever you want to go. This is unbelievable. Those kinds of things are the things that changed, that I think changed the way we live. And I think that's only, exponentially getting better. The things that I see coming out today are just foolishness. They're so easy to use, and they've fundamentally changed the way that software operates, which is one of the things that we've talked about at length here in the Weekly Wringer. So those are the things that really, those were very, very eye-opening moments for me. There are a lot more. One more I'll tell you about really, really quickly was the very first time I actually had a connection with a person I came to university where they had banded T1s or T3s, and I connected with the university only a few minutes down the road from us to one of my buddies there, and they had an even faster connection than we did. And we would go and we actually tried to connect to each other and just send a massive file to see what would happen. And this is one of the geekiest moments in my life, but it was also an eye-opening moment. We transferred a file at over a meg a second, and realized that at the time, the best we ever got from a connection, from a 56K connection, was probably 25K a second. 25K a second. You download a song in about 30 minutes, right? Moving a megasecond, I could download even full albums in a matter of minutes, right? And so I just went, this is going to change everything. As these connection speeds get higher and higher, this is going to change everything about the world. Lo and behold, it certainly has. So anyway, thank you guys for sharing your memories with me. There are plenty more to get into. I'm sure all of you have a lot more things. And there are things I haven't even thought about yet. As I was going through my week, I started to think, oh, I could talk about this or I could talk about that. But there were a lot of awesome moments about how the fact of the matter is that the internet has changed our lives, and our ability to connect to other people has changed our lives. So thank you all for sharing your ideas with me. All right, lots of things that we could be starting to talk about. It's the beginning of December. There's lots of Christmas questions to be asked, and lo and behold, I certainly will be asking them. Just you wait, as I always do, because we're coming up on really the 2-year anniversary of the Weekly Wringer, which began right after Christmas time, 2 years ago. Now, obviously, I haven't done one every single week. I did it the first year, but not the second year. So I'm going to try to step that up a little bit. But we're coming up here. There's a lot of things to talk about here on the 2-year anniversary. You know, obviously, the 100th episode is coming up pretty quickly here. We want to do something special for all that stuff. But in any case, I wanted to ask you, because this week, or these past 2 weeks, have been really crucial for us here at the Clan of the Grey Wolf to really get a plan together and then execute that plan for bringing together the new website. And things went so much better than I thought. And not because I doubted any of the abilities of any of the people involved, but because I remember what a pain in the ass it was to launch this site when we first launched it. Because I built pretty much all of it. And I have to tell you, I expected that to happen again. So it certainly made all of us think a lot differently about how we operate. And so it started to make me think about all these things about rebooting. We rebooted the website. We've rebooted Clan of the Grey Wolf. We're ready to kind of start the next chapter right before the marathon, which hopefully all of you are going to participate in. The marathon's going to be amazing. It's going to be wonderful, and we need all of your support. And so it made me think. We're rebooting, got all the stuff up. It made me think about all the different things we've seen recently that's been rebooted. We've seen so many things. Whether it be TV shows, movies, books, even books, let alone video games, right? And so it started getting me thinking about this. A lot of these reboots we look at and we go, what the hell is that, right? Why is that happening? And I've asked you guys questions about reboots of things like Spider-Man before and the things that you'd like to see rebooted or whatever the case might be. But here's what I want to do. In the spirit of the rebooting we've done here at the Clan of the Grey Wolf, and the idea that we hope to arise like a phoenix from the ashes of the old site, stronger and better than ever before, I want to ask you guys a question about reboots for next week, which will go something like this. What has been the best of the reboots that we've seen recently? Could be anything, guys. Could be anything out there. Doesn't have to be a video game, doesn't have to be a movie, could be anything out there. What is the best of the reboots that we've seen recently? Who do you think has done a great job of it? Maybe that'll serve as a little inspiration for us at the Clan of the Grey Wolf as to how we need to continue forward moving with all the things that we do to bring you guys wonderful and exciting content. Anyway, folks, lots more to come. Stay tuned. Thank you, as always, for watching the Weekly Wringer series here on Clan of the Grey Wolf. Continue to comment. Continue to watch. And now, if you'd like to, continue to listen as well. So yeah, we will continue to produce this great content moving forward. And thanks for your patience, as we said before, in the rebooting of the website. As always, I am the Commodore from the Clan of the Grey Wolf, and there is no reset button.